Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Artix posted an announcement and we're going to be going over that in this video as well as some other stuff I wanted to touch on. To sum up what's being said here, basically the previously announced releases that had been announced last week will now be moved till after the Noggath 2 release. This is because the entire team is now pushing on the final part of the Part 2 saga. Now, there's actually two stages to this, and they're not sure if they're going to be breaking it up or not. Now, the first is the Catacombs, which they're hoping to have next week. So not this week, but next week. And then after, the Wasteland would be the week after. Now, they could potentially release both of these next week, but it probably depends on how far along they are in the thing, and I would be very surprised if both of these are released at the same time. Now, if you guys are wondering what it was that was supposed to be this week, they were supposed to release a quest for a coveted item. It says here the release has taken considerably longer than anticipated. I'm not sure who that was who was anticipating. I'm assuming probably a lot of the players. I personally was not anticipating it happening before September, and I've been playing AE games for so long now. I've seen the patterns. I know how long it takes to do something, and when they do something big like this Noggath saga, it takes a very, very long time. So when they say it's going to release in 2 weeks, I expect it in a month, sometimes even a month and a half, because I add on at least 2 weeks to anything that they say. A good example is they're saying AQ World Unity could potentially have a release of some sort in October. I will be jaw-dropped if it releases before January. That's 3 months beyond what they say. So that's just the way that I see things. It might just be my own skepticism about it, but it's always, I don't get upset when something is released late, because for me, it really wasn't late. It was on cue because I expected it to be a month or whatever. I expected it to be a long release time. And I think that's the way it is with any indie game, to be honest. I don't think that's just an AE thing. I think it's any indie company that has a small team working on a game. It takes a lot. I've seen the behind the scenes of some of the stuff, and it takes forever. I mean, just to make My Monsters Bird, it wasn't an easy process. It wasn't like, oh, just create this NPC, and there's a lot of stuff behind it that you need to balance. The stats, the attacks, the names of the attacks, there's so much stuff that you have no idea that goes into creating just one small thing. So yeah, it's a lot of work. So then the Stone Rite. Now this is the image right here. This is a Stone Rite right here. For those of you who played the Adventure Quest or AQ Worlds, you know that the Stone Rite is in correlation to the Blade of Awe. And it says right here, if you remember from the original Adventure Quest, it was a magic tablet used to assemble pieces of an ancient blade, and it was used to reforge the Blade of Awe. And this is not the Blade of Awe. This does not look at all like the Blade of Awe. Now it says, any longtime fan of our games will tell you that the shape of this blade is not the Blade of Awe. So this is not, that's what they're saying. And that I can concur. That is definitely not. In the Noggath Saga Part 2, you will dive into the depths of the catacombs to retrieve missing pieces of the shattered sword. May the fates have mercy. Now this, I'm not honestly sure what this is, but this does kind of look like this weapon here. So if any of you guys have ever played AQ Worlds, you would recognize this weapon. I'm sure half of you probably have it. I don't. But anyways, yeah, it kind of reminded me of that for some reason, and it might not be. I'm just saying it kind of reminded me of that. Last week, they said we were going to be getting a special quest for a long requested item, and we're not going to be getting that this week. According to the last post, we are not going to be getting any release this week because they're working on the Nulgath for next week, which I will kind of be surprised if it does release next week, but we'll find out. I guess we'll wait and see. And so that means, what are we getting this week? I really don't know. It's possible we might get the September thing, possibly, but again, I'm not sure, because it did say next week we'd be getting the special quest for the long requested item, followed by the September promo items, which means that the following week you would get this. So is that going to be next week we're getting the September promo items, or are we getting it this week? I'm not really sure. Way off topic, I wanted to mention that every 3 days I do a rare item of the day on my Discord and on Twitter. I post a thing where, well, actually with help from my staff members, we post a thing every 3 days for a rare item that people can farm for. And it's difficult for some people to farm for items, so that's why we put rare item of the day, and it's every 3 days. But, you know, so that means from, let's say if we post it on Thursday, so you would have 3 days as of starting from Thursday until we post the next one, meaning you have those 3 days to farm for the thing. So I did post in here, mentioning how we were doing the Wolfwing. Now that was 6 days ago, and then I didn't post the last one, and I thought maybe people want me to post it on my community thing. Now you don't really see these unless you're notified on my channel, so if you have the bell turned on, you will get notifications when I post community posts. So if you really do want to stay up to date with it, you could tap that bell button. But this is basically a poll on my community section, so you guys can go and post here, you know, whichever one you vote for. If you don't think I really need to post it on here, or if I should just keep it on my Twitter and my Discord, you guys can let me know. Let's take a look at some sets of the day. Here's the first one right here. Is this supposed to be Hulk? Here's another one. This is a really nice contrast of colors. You've got the bright with the dark. It's a nice mix. This is a classic vampire look. Something about this set just really stands out. I don't know if it's because it has wings and a cape type thing, which is from the shoulders, or if it's the brightly colored antlers. I don't even know where you get those antlers with the like gloves. I'm not sure, but something about this really stands out. This is almost the default look for Dragon Berserker. I think one thing I would have changed is the weapons. I had to showcase this because of its location. I mean, it's a perfect setting for that outfit. I was quite surprised with this one right here. Very original look, great colors. Very vibrant colors on this one, and these are the sets that made it into the sets of the day. Also, I have a question for you guys. Is this in the game? Has this bow been added at all in the game? Because I don't remember seeing it, but it's possible it's been added and I just don't have it or don't remember about it. But anyways, if you do know if this is in the game or not, let me know in the comments below. If you guys made it this far into the video, post the secret word plus into the comments. I'd like to thank all of my YouTube members. Big thanks for all your support, and I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.